Right, then Father, Son, and Spirit, God, amen. I feel like now that I'm at the cross, I can't make any jokes, but I want to. And it's Arsenal fans here.
Congratulations.
I'm just saying, yes, that's right, that's right. Thank you guys for the time we're going to spend. We're not going to learn much, but we're going to try anyway. So, I was asked to talk about the strategies of Satan. The irony isn't lost on me because my nickname is Shushu. It's not lost. But, these might be about me, but, play along. Alright, what do we know? Put it out there. What do we know about Satan's tactics so far?
4-4-2.
The devil. Right there. No, seriously, what do we know about the way Satan thinks? I can't see who you are, these lights are way too bright, but yes, go.
He hides in plain sight.
He hides in plain sight, true, very true. What else?
He's a liar.
He's a
liar.
He's a liar. Wow, harsh words. True. What else?
Disguises himself as an angel of light.
Disguise himself as?
An angel of light.
Nice. Hello. Disguise himself as an angel of light. Good. And what else? He's not bald with the beard, just put it out there. It's not me. So all we know?
He can influence us, but not control us.
He can influence us, but not control us. Good. Good. Is he our friend?
He makes it seem like it.
He makes it seem like this is great. This is a great start. Alright, and that's exactly what we want to cover. How Satan influences, but how God transforms. And the word influence here is quite important. And we'll find out why. Start quickly with a quick verse from 2 Corinthians. Can you guys see this alright? Yeah? Someone read for us, please. Skinny.
But though we walk in the flesh, we do not war according to the flesh. For the weapons of warfare are not carnal, but mighty in God for putting down strongholds, casting down arguments and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, bringing every thought into captivity to the obedience of Christ, and being ready to punish all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled.
What does this mean? Thank you. What does this mean? Quite lengthy. You can't see it here, but there's red and green there. They came out. But what does this mean? Just someone tell me what they understood. Just like that. Don't go too philosophical. It's fine.
Spiritual war, not physical war.
Spiritual war, not physical war. Thank you. Is there a physical element? Is that? Got nods here, yeah? Come on. So look, we do not war against the flesh. Very clear. Right? That war isn't against our flesh. But is it not against our flesh? Because playing devil's advocate. Someone annoys me and I want to do them wrong. The devil might convince me to do something wrong. Does that mean it's not against, do something wrong against Skinny, for example? Does that mean it's not physical? Did he make me do something physical against a flesh? How does it work?
He controls the thought line, so if he can control my thoughts, my behavior becomes easier to control.
Right. So the act of me doing harm is on who? Him or me?
You.
Me. The thought is him. Thank you very much. It's exactly where we were headed. If every thought that you had in the last 24 hours appeared on this screen, would you be comfortable watching it? Yeah, would you? In the last 10 minutes is bad enough. No, seriously. How would you feel if you started seeing all the things you thought about go through a screen? It's you by yourself watching the screen. No one's looking at that screen. Would you be able to watch it? Someone say yes? Someone say no? Why not? Filthy, huh? It's horrible. It's full of clutter, it's full of mess, it's full of negativity and anger and frustration. Right? Does that mean we're bad people? What does it mean? Chris, why does it not mean we're bad people? You shook your head.
Because you have, well, it depends if you're acting on.
Right. So the thought isn't a problem, but it's if I act on the thought. Is that what we're saying? Okay, so we're protected. Anything that goes in my mind is protection. Right? Is that correct? Anything that happens in my mind is not a sin. Is that correct? Is that what we're saying?
I think if the thought comes in and you let it
Oh.
nest, then
Sorry, if the thought comes in and you let it...
nest.
Perfect. And then that becomes a problem, because eventually it will be perfect. Good. Right, what we want to cover today is probably a lot of the stuff you said. But anyone read this book called The Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis? It's a very interesting book. I'll go through it.
I actually watched a play about it.
That's disturbing. Yeah, that is disturbing. This book is twisted in a way. C.S. Lewis talks from the devil's point of view. So there's Wormwood, named Wormwood, and there is Screwtape. Screwtape is the senior devil, Wormwood is baby devil. And they write letters to each other, and they're talking about how to trick the patients. The patients being us. The enemy being God. So he refers to the enemy being God. And as we established, the greatest battlefield is in our mind. So Satan has zero physical control over you. So when someone says, what is it in Egypt, they say, oh, side shot? Side shot, like the shaitan was zani to do or something like that, right? Is that what it is? Yeah, nonsense. There's no such thing. Because he does that all the time. The same way he's speaking, God is speaking. Who's deciding? It's pretty straightforward. It's actually really simple in the way we talk about it. But we can tend to blur it up in so many different things. Oh, the devil is this and he's that, he's much more powerful than me. Yes, he's got 2,000 years experience on you. Yes, he's got tricks up his sleeve. But it doesn't mean he can beat you. We've got proof of that, right? I don't want to go ahead. Right, so the battle starts with a thought. Think of the process. You said that if we leave it to fester, it becomes belief, and then eventually it'll become action. If it carries on, it's a habit, then it becomes part of who I am, and then it's my end game. You see where the destruction happens? And at what point was the devil involved? Or Satan?
From the beginning.
Just right there, that little dot.
Yeah.
I didn't do that on purpose, it kind of worked out. He just got that dot, that seed, and that was it. So, effectively, I am my own worst enemy. You agree? So our downfall is on me. Our uprise is also on me. Right? Anyone watch Tom and Jerry?
Yes.
You know when like someone is all spinning, Tom wants to do something stupid, you get the red Tom and the white Tom. This is it. This is what happens. And that's why I say to you, the mind is a battlefield. Sorry, my brain's very simple, that's how I understood it. That this war happens. But the problem is, it's happening every second. It's happening right now. Right now. Someone's definitely commented on how sweaty I am. Fact. It's how it happens. Our minds are constantly going. Like I just made a comment how Mickey's glasses missed it up because of his drink. It's just how it happens. Right? It happens, but it's how we control it. It's how long we keep it, right? Now, the enemy strategy. Very simple. The most annoying thing about it, they are so simple. Right? But there's 7 things that he uses very well to his advantage. So Satan doesn't need to control your life. He only needs to influence it. He needs to have influence over your thinking or your thoughts. So as we said, it's a battlefield. And as we said in the last verse, did we say it? Yeah, we did. He said, in the passage it says, take every thought captive, the good and the bad. All right, but he will take the good, the bad, and turn it bad and make it worse. Take the good and try to spin it. All right, and I'll show you some snips from the book, which obviously you've read, but it's really interesting. Right, what's attack number 1? Anyone can guess? This is very interesting. Attack number 1: distraction. Really, I'm telling you, it's so simple. You're gonna walk out of here, it's like, Shanuda didn't tell us anything new, but damn, I never thought about it before. Right, I hope so anyway. Right? Distraction. This is meant to be a gift of being too full and stuff. But the idea behind it is this. He keeps us busy. He keeps us scrolling. He keeps us entertained. For me, it keeps me full. If I'm hungry, if I'm full, I'm not hungry. I'm just going to be a sloth. You know, he's burning my time. And he keeps us distracted. How good do you think he is in this?
Very amazing.
Amazing, right. Do we think he's good at it, or do you think we make it easy?
We make it easy.
We make it so easy. He's actually a wasteland. It's ridiculous, right? But we make it so easy, right? Check this out. This is the letter, one of the letters, talking about distraction. So Wormwood is talking, Screwtape is talking to Wormwood. Wormwood being the Julia devil. Just focus on the red. He goes, I once had a patient, a sound atheist, who used to read in the British Museum. One day, as he sat reading, I saw a train of thought in his mind beginning to go the wrong way, i.e. towards God, right? Because the wrong way to Satan is our right way. That makes sense. The enemy, of course, was at his elbow in a moment. Who's the enemy here? God. I know we don't refer to God as the enemy, but he did here. He said the enemy was at his elbow instantly, ready to build on that thought. Before I knew where I was, I saw my 20 years' work beginning to totter. If I had lost my head, and remember he's talking to small devil to try to explain things to him. If I had lost my head and began to attempt a defense by argument, I should have been undone. Moving on. So what he did was, I suggested that it was just about time he had some lunch. He did nothing to do with the thoughts. For me, that works. I'm telling you. I could be reading the Bible. I could be praying. My wife could be cooking downstairs. Game over. Right? As soon as I smell whatever cake she's making, that's it. I'm gone. Right? But it's the idea. It's not because I love food. I love food, as you can see. But it's not that idea. It's the fact that he will use anything to distract you, even if it's off script. Right? He didn't even attempt to defend. He said, I didn't even try it. Stayed calm, waited for the moment, and that's how he festered. Right? The Bible says the devil roams around like a roaring lion, waiting to devour you. Waiting. He's not scheming. He's just waiting for you to be in the right position. He's going to pounce it. Alright? Let's carry on. So I suggested that he has some lunch. The enemy presumably made the counter suggestion. You know how one can never quite overhear what he's trying to prove here, that Satan can't hear what God said. And he said, and later on he goes, much better, and he suggested to him, much better come back after lunch and go into it with a fresh mind. He was already halfway out the door. Once he was at the street, the battle was won. He carried on to say, I showed him a newsboy, I showed him a bus, I showed him a red colour, I showed him anything to distract him. Does that sound like it happens to us? How often? Huh?
We make it so easy.
Yeah, I'm telling you. We're our own worst enemy. Generally, we blame the devil as a way of making ourselves feel good. We are our own worst enemy. Oh, do you not want to sit down, bro? You've been standing there long. I'm tired. I want to sit down watching you stand. Right, second attack. Identity. So first it was these distracting us. Second is our identity, and this goes across all ages, at every level. Someone at work could undermine you. Someone at home could undermine you. Someone in the street or at school can make you feel you're not worth anything, right? Sorry, I was having a late night yesterday with all my gifts. But it tells us we're not enough. We're unwanted. We're failures. We're losers. Does that happen? Be honest with you. Don't answer this question out loud. Please don't answer it out. Ask yourself, do I think that about myself sometimes? Do I get into a situation and I feel I'm not good enough for this situation? Do I have a pending promotion at work and I'm like, I'm not going to apply? I'm not going to, I'm being shortlisted. If I want it, I can grab it. I'm not even going to go speak to them about it. I don't deserve it. Does that happen? At school, uni, whatever position you're in. Does this not happen? Attack number 2. He attacks who you are. What does God say about who we are? So the devil says I'm not worthy, I'm a loser, I'm unwanted, my mama don't love me, my wife don't love me, whatever he wants to say. What does God say?
You're a chosen generation.
You are a chosen generation, correct. Thank you very much. That's spot on, bro. Just on a roll. You're chosen, loved, forgiven, and created with purpose. Chosen? Chosen by who? Chosen by God. When I choose something, anyone ever play football in school and they had to pick teams? And you never wanted to be that last person. I was always that last fat person at the back, right? But when you're chosen, it feels good. Oh yes, the best player wants me on their team. It's a great thing. We are chosen by God. Just understand that. We walk around thinking this is church and religion, etc. It's something, one, we inherited, two, our right. Nonsense. Right? Our right is that we were chosen by God. The church is our blessing. Oh, background noise. Alright? So Genesis 1:26 says, then God said, let us, again that's in green, make man in our image according to our likeness. Who's us and our? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Who's the greatest thing in the world? On life. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So if I'm made in His image, what am I worth? Am I useless? Am I a failure? Right? Remember this. I'm showing you all of this and it sounds really, really simple. Really simple. Okay? But the solution is even simpler. But the act is on us. You have to remember that. Ephesians 2:10 says, for we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works which God prepared in advance for us to do. Everyone understand this verse? Pretty straightforward verse. Right? For we are God's handiwork. Does an artist take pride in his work? When he paints a painting, does he take pride? Absolutely. Not God. Does a music artist take pride in his songs? Yeah. Does an engineer take pride in his work? God takes pride in his work. It's that simple. So if you ever get those thoughts, for whatever reason, under any situation where he's distracting you and he's hitting your identity, genuinely, I'm probably going to have to confess for this, but tell him to do one. Right? It's just dumb. Right? For you to sit there and think that is dumb. And do you know what makes us think that? Is when we... Actually, I'm going to come to that point later. I'm not going to jump in. Right. Attack number 3. What do you think it is? You may guess. We know he attacks us by distracting us. We know he attacks our identity. What else does he do?
Comparison?
Getting there?
Temptations?
Elaborate?
Put him on the spot.
We'll come back to it. Yes and no, but it's not in the right order. So we'll stick to my order because it's on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Attack number 3, fear. Ever had a FOMO? Fear of missing out. Fear. Fear of spiders. Tell your story. When I got married, I hate spiders. Right? I had phobia of spiders. I married a great wife who was also scared of spiders. Went to a honeymoon, Asian country. There was no spiders. No, there was lizards. Much worse, in the walls and stuff. But we got home after our honeymoon. I kid you not, this story. We got home, man. First week at home, we both see a spider. I promise you, I'm fat. I outran her and I got to the couch before her. And we were both on the couch for 15 minutes. Until she hit my pride and said, you're the man, you need to sort this out. I was like, oh, yeah, it's true. Let's just say, now I'm a spider killer for life. I will destroy every spider, but the fear that I had, I lost all common sense.
How did you do it? What did you do?
I'm not gonna lie, 15 minutes of her hitting my pride really affected me, and I just went crazy in my shots. Now I am a murderer of spiders. Alright? She FaceTimed me earlier, there was a bug, this weird looking bug, it was so big. And I was like, please save it for me, I want to kill it when I get home. So stupid, I know. Right, but you see what fear does? This is such a simple thing. Alright, but fear is bad. But then when fear escalates, what if I fail in this situation? That isn't a funny fear. That is a serious fear. Right, don't get me wrong, fears, that phobias and stuff, I'm not talking about the medical side of it. I'm talking about the fact that God says, anything I will give you, I'm paraphrasing from the Bible, anything I will give you, you're capable of doing. But the fear I give myself to tell me I'm not able to do it. When God's saying you can do it. Like God said, I made you good. Just be good, it's simple. Right, again, paraphrasing. But you see what I mean? So different levels of fear, okay, we react upon. I'm talking about the serious fears. What if I fail? What if I can never be good? What if I'm stuck in a sin or a temptation and I'm like, I can never shake this sin? that has become my destiny, as we said earlier. Is it?
What if that Satan uses past experiences to
100%.
prove to you, like you failed in this, this, and that. So it's like it's no longer it's a fear. It's like it's a base on, and I'm giving you.
It's a track record.
Yes.
It's a track record. Rubbish. We live life. We make assumptions based on history. That's how it works. That's how they do budgets. That's how they do all sorts of things in life. All right. You look at the track record and the history of things, and then you predict what's coming next. This doesn't work, but the devil uses that very strongly. Like the devil can play I know the future game. He can say to Mickey, I know your parents are going to arrive home at 7 o'clock. That's in the future. Whoa, how does he know? Wait till I knew the train left at 5 and it's a 2-hour journey. He uses the past to predict the future. It happens, right? It happens all the time. Okay? But that is not grounds for you to forget what God sees in you, for you to forget what God does. All right? Any questions so far on those three? Anyone confused? That's surprising. Probably all confused, but let's see. Right, another letter. I haven't made any highlights here because I got lazy with doing the highlights, I'll be honest with you. But I'm not going to read that Mickey book. Yeah, it's 2 paragraphs. You can do that in your sleep.
I'm delighted to hear that your patient's age and profession make it possible, but by no means certain that he will be called up for military service. We want him to be in the maximum uncertainty so that his mind will be filled with contradictory pictures of the future, every one of which arouses hope or fear. There is nothing like suspense or anxiety for barricading a human's mind against the enemy. He wants men to be concerned with what they do. Our business is to keep them thinking aloud what will happen to them.
Just stop it. See the tactic? Right? And remember, this is written by C.S. Lewis, who's a man. So, I mean, this is probably been downplayed. We don't know how the devil really thinks. But when you look at the flip side, it's logical. It's a logical approach to how he would act, right? There is nothing like suspense and anxiety for barricading a human's mind against God. What does that mean? Barricading a human's mind against the enemy. What does that mean? When I barricade something, what do I do? Build a wall. So if I build a wall against the enemy, what am I doing? I'm putting the enemy in a box, right? And I'm keeping him safe distance from me. Can you put baby in a box? You put God in a box? I'm doing that in my mind. Yes, I can do it. Should I be doing it? No, I can. It's my choice. If I choose to ignore God, it's my choice. But where did that choice come from? Do you see what I'm going with this? And he uses that, and he gets to that result from fear. He uses fear to get there. Does that make sense? Any questions? Mina, any questions? Just ask a question. Ask a question.
Wait, said what's the talk about?
Oh, waste man. Right, fear wants you living in a future that doesn't exist. Right? That's what fear does. We know our future. Even if I'm unemployed, even if I'm X, Y, and Z, because I'm God's son, I know my future. And so do you. So do all of us. Right? Now, attack number 4. So we said distraction. He causes distraction. Give me the list, come on, see if you're listening. Identity. Fear. Number 4, as you'd expect, doubt. Doubt. How does he cause doubt? I think hopefully you are now seeing the pattern in his work. How does he cause doubt? By getting you to, what kind of things am I questioning? Give me some examples.
A perfect example is what he said to Eve. Did God really say we shall not eat?
Yes, spot on, I like that. What else? Spot on, absolutely. What else?
Also using your fears.
How?
Like you're doubting if you can make it because of your fear of the past.
Yeah.
It's like Mary said,
So you
past experience
yeah.
and doubting yourself
Track record,
that you're
yeah.
gonna do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What if he said, did God really say that? Very simple 4 words. you hear something. Yeah, I'm talking a lot of nonsense here, right? But you hear me saying, did God really say that? What does that statement do in your mind?
Like a question.
Make you question, oh, I need to look that up. Cool, I'll do it when I get home in an hour. Am I going to do it when I get home in an hour?
No.
Chances are I'm probably not, because I'm not convicted enough to do it. So what happens to that thought?
It's still there. It keeps growing.
No, the opposite. You kill.
The doubt.
Sorry, the doubt keeps growing. Yes, thank you. The doubt keeps growing because it's there. Did God really say that? Well, I haven't challenged it, so I'm just going to stay at the state I'm in. Did God really say that? Well, I'm asking that question because I think He did it, or I'm being told He did it. So if I don't address it, eventually I might forget that I needed to address it, or then I'll just turn into belief. Because it stayed there for long enough. Do you remember the list earlier? Thought, belief, action, can't remember the order. And at the end, that's what I'm convicted with. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah? So, should be able to manage this one. Right. 3 words in. In a week or 2, you will be making, this is again from the book, you will be making him doubt whether the first days of his Christianity were not. Now, this letter is talking about, so the idea of the book is every Christian, or every person, has a devil appointed. Same way we say we have angels appointed, guardian angels appointed, they have a devil appointed. So his subject wasn't Christian, the patient that he had. But here, he just turned to Christianity. So he's joyful, he's happy, and he's feeling bubbly. So he's saying here, in a week or 2, let him have his fun for a week or 2. You will be making him doubt whether the first days of his Christianity were not perhaps a little excessive. Talk to him about moderation in all things. If you could once get him to the point of thinking that religion is all very well up to a point, just that up to a point is a block, right? You could feel quite happy about his soul. A moderated religion is as good for us as no religion at all. And even more amusing. Find that last word quite funny. A moderated religion is as good as no religion.
Let me give an example of that, not for a non-Christian or a Christian, how would that be in the church? What would that moderate?
I was going to ask that question, see if we can work it out together. I'll come to it. How can we answer that question?
Not going to church.
Huh?
Is it like being a Christian and not going to church?
Okay, next. Come back to that. Well, someone says that.
Being lukewarm.
Being lukewarm. Being lukewarm.
What does that mean?
As in,
Acting Christian.
As in one foot in,
one foot in the day, yeah. I'm sitting on the fence kind of thing. You know, one foot in, one foot
Yeah, in
out.
the middle, so
Yeah. So, Mickey, jump in at any point. But a moderated religion, for me, is a controlled religion. And it's in small doses, up to a point. It's great that I come to, yes, please, go ahead. I was to say, it's great that my moderate religion says, come to youth meeting, do your evening, come to Kidda, Sunday don't go to mass, don't have communion, it's so important. It's controlled religion. That's what that means to me. But
No, I think it's the same as that. It's kind of looking at the sacraments and saying, oh, I can have communion, but I don't need to worry about confession and repentance. I don't need to be baptized, but I'm still a Christian. That kind of thing, where it's moderated because you don't believe or you don't partake of the full body, and you're picking and choosing the elements that work or suit you.
Yeah, does that make sense, everyone? So moderated religion is religion to a point. And our point is all different. It's not going to be the same point. It's not going to be, oh, we all get to pre-servant school and finish Sunday school and that's it. Religion's over. Let's have it.
would it also be like, oh, I go to mass, I go to youth meeting, but after like those in my daily life, I'm not.
Yeah, 100%. On Saturday or Sunday, I'm as good as a Christian will be. Monday to Wednesday, I don't know you. Monday to Friday, I don't know you. I'm a normal person that lives life like everyone else. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what we mean by this. Does that make sense? Is that George? Right. Now, James 1:6 says, for he who doubts is like a wave of the sea driven and tossed by the wind. Great verse. Great book, James, I'm just saying. But he who doubts is like a wave of the sea driven and tossed by the wind. Now, this is in the Bible. Okay, this isn't Satan's thinking. This isn't Satan's strategy. This is what the Bible, this is what St. James, who was an archbishop or equivalent at the time, is telling the people he's talking to. Don't have doubt, because when you have doubt, you are tossed and turned by the waves. Anyone gone swimming in the sea recently? It's a joke, it's scary, right? If you're not fit, like me, you won't survive, right? You'll be tossed and turned like crazy. And then eventually you end up wherever it wants you to end up. So you don't have the control. So having doubt means we lose control. Having doubt means I don't know which direction I'm going at. And he starts to doubt. Right? It's one of his strategies. We are good at doing what? Making it grow. Right? Make sense? Right, number 5. What did you say earlier? Attack number 5.
Comparison?
Thank you very much. Could have been number 3, but I'll put it number 5. What does he do with comparison?
Make you feel bad about yourself.
How?
This person is better than you.
Huh?
This person is better than you.
Okay, this person is better than you, feel worse about yourself because someone is better than you. What else? Yeah? What else?
Because convincing you that actually this person's life is the best and perfect, but yours.
But yeah, there's someone lives a better life than you, etc., etc.
Jealousy.
Ah, someone said jealousy, I heard.
Jealousy.
Yes, explain. Go ahead.
Basically, you want the things that others have, and you're jealous that you can't reach it.
Yeah.
Or you don't have it.
Yeah. Jealousy, doubting in my own ability or my own state in life. What else?
Not content.
Not content with what?
My life, what God has given me. So if God has given me something that it doesn't match up to what I'm seeing, especially like on social media and all of these things, then I become complaining rather than being grateful to God and saying, thank you, Lord, for this, all of this, I want to have that, and I become more complaining and not grateful to God.
I'm going to nag, basically. Like, I start nagging about everything in my life. Everything in my life is not good. What does the Bible say about that? Does the Bible compare us?
No.
Does it not?
If that don't help, man.
Huh? I don't know who's talking. It's too bright with lights. Go on, say it.
I didn't say anything.
Okay. Comparisons. What does the Bible say about comparison? Does he compare us? Wait.
So the Bible doesn't compare us, but for example, King Saul, when the women were in the town, they were saying, oh, King Saul killed thousands and David killed tens of thousands. When he compared himself, it ended up with the death, the attempted death of King David.
Yeah.
And King Saul ended up losing himself in his salvation because.
Yeah. Are we told to?
King David does the same. King David did the same.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
Did
did.
with Bathsheba.
Now, did they do this because God made them do it? Does that mean the devil was working then as he's working now? All starts in the mind, even then. I'm saying to you, we were talking recently with some of the boys, and we were amazed at the fact that the devil, we're meant to be, well, we're not meant to attack the devil, whatever, but we're meant to resist temptations or the attacks from the devil. He has over 2,000 years of experience in this. 2,000 years versus how old I am, it's not comparable. I can't compare it and I can't compete with it. Right? But how do we survive if that's the case? I can't compete with the devil, sorry, not compare. I can't compare myself. When I compare myself, disasters happen. What do? Very, very, very simple.
Be connected to God is stronger.
Even easier. Be connected to God can be pretty hard sometimes. Galatians 6:4 says, but let each one examine his own work, and then he will have rejoicing in himself alone and not in anyone else. Anyone ever watch a horse race? Love a horse race. Right? Some horses have these blinkers on the side, right? What do they do? What do blinkers do? Thank you. Direct the vision. Right? The horse is not looking at who's around him. He's focused one way. He's examining his own path. Is there any potholes in my route that I need to avoid? Not, oh, Mickey, you've got a pothole here. I don't care about Mickey, with all due respect. You know, we have community, we have fellowship, but when we stand in front of God, in the judgment queue or whatever, it's not going to be about, oh, my boys back me up. When God says this, defend me. It's not going to work that way. Alright? It's not. Let each one examine his own work. What he's saying here, effectively, stay in your lane and mind your own business. With all due respect. When you start looking elsewhere, one means you're not satisfied in your life. Two, it means you want something that's not yours. Oh, someone's got a nice car, but I want a nice car. What's wrong with your car? Someone's got the latest iPhone. I want the latest. Why? What's wrong with your iPhone? If you play the comparison game, I promise you, from experience, you're going to lose. There is no benefit in the comparison game. But the devil uses it because it's one of his tactics, and unfortunately, like monkeys, we allow them to put it in our minds. Right? I don't want to say idiots because I don't want to.
One time I heard somebody say, I do the comparison thing in order to motivate me to do better.
Nonsense. I'll tell you why. Because you don't need to compare to do better. You know where the goal is. The horse in the run is not comparing how fast he's going to get there. It isn't a race. It's not a race that has a timeline. It's a journey you're going through to life. God's not going to say to you, right, before the year X, that's when the world's going to end. You need to be at the end. No, it's not that. You just need to be on the path. Think of it this way. You're on a train track and you derail. God just wants you on that main train track because when it comes to judgment day, he's going to pull everyone through on that one track. That's it. So it doesn't matter how far I am on that journey as long as I'm on that track. If I derail and God calls that track, where am I going? I'm staying right here. It's going to burn whatever happens.
But you can always have someone as an inspiration.
Absolutely, you can have someone as an inspiration, but that's not a comparison. That's a role model and that's a goal. I'm not comparing. When you compare, you will eventually put yourself down. Well, only because he will make that happen. It's one of his tools. But when I have a spiritual guide or I have a priest in there that I learn from, I'm not comparing myself to them. I admire the journey they're taking and I'm learning from them. It's very different. It's very different in my simple-minded person. Does that make sense?
You ever been to the dog races?
Yes.
They have that thing that
the rabbit.
Follow.
Yeah, the rabbit. Yeah.
That's the spiritual guide, right?
Well, the rabbit. I had a friend who used to walk a rabbit.
Does comparison makes you compete with?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. It's not good though.
But it can be in a good way though. It can be in a positive way.
In what sense?
I mean,
to grow, like what they said.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if someone's trying to be, let's say, like, you know, someone is reaching a really difficult goal, and you're under his leadership. Yeah, his leadership. But you want his chair, so you put yourself in that target. To compare yourself, he's not better than me.
Am I comparing myself to him or the position he's in?
The position.
I want the position.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that bad?
That's not a comparison.
No, that's comparison and compete at the same time.
What do you guys think?
Maybe you can like compare your level and then just have someone as an inspiration. Kind of comparing, but in a good way.
Yeah.
It's not being jealous.
But then
the thing is with that creates jealousy, which is the top of Satan.
Right, perfect. So I don't know how to spin it. In the sense as in comparison is not called from us. God is not asking us to compare to others. Okay, the path is very clear. You have to differentiate between, we're saying, your example was work related. We're not really talking about, we're talking salvation, we're talking end game. Right? I don't compare myself to where Mickey is in the race. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I might compare myself that I want this position at work, because I want that position. If it turns into competition and I want to take him out, that's a different whole level and that's a different sin. I'm jealous, I'm envious. That produces its own sin.
That means
Yeah, someone needs to translate that, bro.
The motive, like,
Changes the outcome.
no, the motive, like, if you know when we say.
The ghaya's motive?
Yeah, your motives, it makes your method okay.
Because it makes basically using any means necessary. That's
Okay, do it by any means necessary.
Yeah, that's
okay. Is that the Christian way?
Is it evil or not?
I think it does.
Even if it's positive.
Yeah, because you're going to hurt someone in the process.
No, you're not helping the other person. You're having his position.
Yeah, but if two of you can't be in the same position, that means you've taken his position. So you've hurt someone. You see what I mean?
Right.
I'm trying to differentiate between your work analogy and salvation and God.
It's not just work, it's everything actually. That way.
I don't know how I feel about it. I like the argument you're making, but I'm not sure I feel...
It's not just a professional
it's a scenario.
environment, it's everything.
I think when there's harm in it, like you look at our fathers, right? You look at the bishops and the priests and this and that. They have growth, they grow in their careers, they grow in their salvation, their relationship, but they're not competing with each other. Because their aim and their focus is their end game, where they are with Christ. Whatever comes is from Christ. But if I'm taking matters into my own hands, and I am choosing, I'm saying, I want this position, and I don't care who I'm going to step over to get there, that's wrong. Because you're hurting someone.
And you're also preventing God's will in your life. You've set the end goal. That position might not be for you. It might look glamorous, it might look better, but you've taken away the obedience and submission to God and the calling that He might have for you. So you're comparing yourself, and absolutely, compare yourself to motivate, to grow, yes. Compare yourself to win an argument, get a better position at the expense of someone else. No.
Yep. Let each one of you examine his own work. I think that's the key there. Examining my own work. But if I'm going to hurt someone in the process to get his position because that's what I want, I'm controlling the outcome. Does that make sense? Yeah? Right. Let's start wrapping up. Psalm 139 says, For you formed in my inward parts, you covered me in my... This is King David speaking. You covered me in my mom's womb. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Right? We have no reason to compare. But that's one of the devil's strategies. We have no reason to.